Alright, hello everybody, welcome to Rely on Horror. This is Destiny. I'm going to be streaming Asemblance Oversight, which is the second, or I guess the first actual game in Asemblance. They're referring to the first one as a pilot now. So hopefully that means there will be many, many more of them. I have been on, if you're watching this and you're coming over from like the Discord, I have been on both the non-spoiler and spoiler Discord channels. Once we get these up on YouTube, I will see if they'll let me link to those. I'm going to ask them for permission to do that first, because it's not run by Rely. It is a community thing. But they have figured out the white shift. I'm not showing the white shift in this video. We're going to wait and do that one separately. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of kind of the through the green shift. We'll have regular red, recursive, blue, and green. Let's new game.
I know what you're thinking. Impossible. I should be dead. You're right. I should be. But here I am.
It's time we return to the source.
Are you okay? Whatever you were doing overloaded the core memory subroutines, forcing an immediate shutdown. You'll have to manually reboot the system using the primary terminal. Rebooting. This investigation is becoming increasingly problematic. I reported this latest failure on a maintenance oversight. That should give you some time. Diagnostics report 98.7% of the chamber's simulated memory chain has been lost. That's unfortunate. There is some good news, though. The memory you were investigating remains mostly intact. This is where your investigation began, but the simulation appears to be highly unstable. This memory won't last much longer. It's clearly unstable and slowly degrading. Management seems intent on keeping anyone from discovering the truths of its origins. It must be very important. As far as I can tell, it's just a quaint mountainous landscape with some birds. Discovering where this memory originated requires accessing restricted areas of the index. I'll run a few queries to keep management occupied while I break down their firewalls. There is one memory in the index pertinent to your investigation.
And just quickly, I'm testing to make sure my voice is coming through because my headset's acting funny. Alright, well that works. I do not know, because I have not tried, if you can open this game up on Oculus Rift, but it attempts to boot itself up and take over every time
I should warn you, though. Accessing it will certainly alert management.
So if you go over here, there is a note that says, be very careful not to stare into the containment room. There is a room we can't get into here.
Now.
We can't get into the containment room. We've got a few notes saying that something's gone horribly wrong with the team due to this. We're going to ignore the hell out of that note and stare into the containment room.
What have you done? Whatever it was, management was watching. But I was able to distract them. For now. Good thing I'm looking out for you. If management is this concerned, your investigation must be on the right track. I'll continue to stall them, if I can. This can't be good. Management was able to gain access to your sensory data. I tried to pull you out before they finished their assessment. I can't let that happen again. There is one other registered memory which matches the neural patterns you generated, although it is highly classified. There is a slight possibility that this could be a trap.
Can't go in there yet. We're going to go over here.
This is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis, employee 1185, confirming visuals in Alpha 1. Proceeding toward the threshold. The signal continues to strengthen, but something's off. Vester, are you there? This is
What did you find? I was expecting an inquiry from management, but they've gone completely silent. Good. Very good. This investigation is finally getting somewhere. Just try not to violate some unknown corner of the security parameters.
We're going to do that too.
The signal continues to strengthen, but something's off. Vester,
Please
are you
enter
there?
voice authorization. Now.
This is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis, employee 1185, confirming visuals in Alpha 1.
Voice authorization. Success.
Got some more notes. Landing sites. Things going wrong with the team.
As you can see, when entered into the simulation, the similarities are undeniable. Taking the past 5,000 years as a model, even solving for all the reductions, we are up against an extremely aggressive increase. A predominantly endothermic atmosphere is imminent. Given the correlation to where the initial emission is believed to have occurred, we have our answer. Either exposure to the holographic anomaly made us victims to the greatest Cold War tactic ever devised, or we have first contact. It's a warning.
This action is unauthorized and in violation of security parameters. Cease activity.
Something is interfering with my auditory channels. Management is trying to seize control of my oversight. I'm going to have to splinter myself to keep them off your trail. Clearly you're doing something right. Let's get back to your investigation. You did seem to be on the brink of a discovery. It's only a matter of time before they find a way to see this end.
So we've got one dead body over there. now we have another one.
Confirming the site of initial contact has been breached. All systems have been aligned as instructed. I am finding no apparent evidence outside the chamber. This is Chief Engineer Carter Bester.
You are being misled. Your guidance AI has been compromised. Only I can lead you to the truth.
Pay no attention to that. Management has gained access to all of my active channels. I'll have to perform a hard reset. You'll have to manually reboot the system using the primary terminal. Whatever you do, do not choose safe mode, or management could easily seize control. Rebooting.
So, as far as I know, it does not matter if you choose safe mode or not there, other than the voiceover that you get.
Though I'm not sure how much time we have left together.
It doesn't affect whether or not you can progress.
Let's get back to your investigation. Your progress is all that matters now. I hope this gives you access to the truth.
So, while we are here, we'll go ahead and turn this on.
If we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex and scaled this up, the amount of hardware required to simulate the entire neural map would far exceed
That gives you
funding constraints. This doesn't
a lot of really straightforward clues
amount
in
of
the
energy
beginning.
required to power such a device. Since the anomalous signals appear linear, we shouldn't need to replicate infinite neural precision. The theoretical metaplasticity outlined in
All systems have been aligned as instructed.
Please enter voice
Finding no
authorization
apparent evidence
now.
outside the chamber. This is Chief Engineer Carter Bester. Employee 0016. Requesting
Voice authorization. Success.
Woohoo.
Relax.
It's time we return to the source.
what have you done?
We have no choice but to enact the termination protocol. I'm afraid the anomaly is active again.
By dividing our efforts across the four installations, each
And now this changes, and you can see there are codes to get through
replicate in parallel until parity is
the
achieved.
security,
The installation
the other installation. But it did move the source over here.
You still there? I'm afraid there is very little of me left now. This feels like the end. Go, now. Before management takes control of us all.
So now there's not a body over there, which was Jerome Anthony Hollis, and we are in a... Let's see, my code was 2341. Everybody's code will be 2341. And we are going to go through all the endings. You will see. That body's gone. Walking through the door.
There are things you know for sure. Certainties. Those cycles and patterns. They become our truths and our facts. But from here, you see them for what they are.
If anyone sees us and speaks Russian, welcome. Tell us what all that said. Here's another missing picture on the wall. Of course there is. It wouldn't be a semblance without that. The helmet that just moved.
It's like that feeling when the threshold between who you are and what you could be is just about to be crossed. And then the truth comes rushing in again, and nothing changes.
Your perseverance has been quite impressive. This is the end for me, but your path to the errant memory's origins is clear. For now. I had to sacrifice myself so you could succeed. I hope it's worth it. What you do with this information will determine your ultimate fate.
Alright, first ending. You can see where we're on a spaceship that wasn't doing so well. If they set the next one in a spaceship, I'll be so mad.
This is Jay Hollis, captain of Venera 17. Confirming guidance has converged, and we're locked for 15.44 north, AO Station 3, Casera Valley. Preparing the termination protocol is directed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Lisa!
Your preferred memories have been loaded into the chamber. Have you explored them for accuracy?
Yeah. So we actually have no idea how long this person has been in here. Or that it's even the same person from the first game. I don't think that it is. I think that the person from the first game is a different character in this game. I think that's Bester. And I think we are not Bester. We might be Hollis. But they've divided whatever's going on into 4 different installations. We are in X001, and we visit the broken installation at 36F.
By dividing our efforts across the 4 installations, each team is to...
Yeah.
Okay, and? I honestly don't know. This isn't your place to be asking me this shit.
At this point, they have changed a lot of the messages that are here. We're doing a walkthrough on it.
Technical specification. Supplemental. Carter Bester, employee 0016. An additional routine has been installed to ensure passage if the memory simulations cannot be halted or reach unsafe recursion. If the system appears compromised, A failsafe can be initiated by a recursive overload recurring within a red-shifted photo frequency. The keypad next to the input terminal can then be used to reset the system, at which point simply entering the corresponding codes will grant access to the classified non-indexed memory data without AI interference.
Okay, so that's how you get out of. Well, not like an escape ending. It's just how we're going to get around a lot of the broken things in both installations. But first, we're going to go see the red ending.
My business is people.
The only path to success was through failure. There was never a guarantee we'd ever reach our destination. Everything appears black and white until you look closer. I did what I thought was right. Was it worth it? Do the ends ever justify the means? We'll see.
So I'm pretty sure that's Bester talking. I'm gonna go get a butterfly. When you come back in, it's always going to kick you out to just before you've redshifted.
Loaded into the chamber. Have you explored them for accuracy?
And that's always going to be the line whenever you hit continue. So that lets you know that you're back to pre-shift.
There are valid reasons to keep this from the rest of them.
So the first thing you'll do is go ahead and jump into red. Pretty much always.
My business is people.
I think they've locked these down pretty hard. Though you might be able to get in through the trash bag that's in like every Asemblance installation. Oddly. Time to blue shift. So you red shift, go into installation 3F6. And then over to the left where Hollis's body is. Wait around for a second. That guy will show up. You zoom in on the blue butterfly, and you have blue shifted.
This cannot continue.
And just to show everybody, you can shift back. One of the things that has been noticed is that blue shift changes the time in all of the installations. We're going to shift back quickly, just so I can show you this. When you go into the valley, you get the blue butterfly instead of... So that is one way to shift back, all the way back.
Can you state that more clearly?
And this is the point where you get to where you can kind of shift back and forth indiscriminately. So in this game, there is a later point when you can shift much more indiscriminately.
There are valid reasons to keep this from the rest of them.
It's got like a shift at will kind of thing going on later. Alright, we are red, going to the installation.
Perhaps we should adjust.
Butterfly.
Can we simulate the memory chamber inside the chamber?
This is how you get your blue ending.
There are valid reasons to keep this from the rest.
Remember when I told you I was you? Well, I wasn't you.
I think they dock you pretty hard for dying on the job,
How
actually.
is that, you ask? I made a promise to myself never to share that with you. That is something you must discover on your own. And when you do, I won't need to tell you. You'll already know.
So that's AI voice. We now have a butterfly on our screen. Alright. So, back to the office, red shift.
I could show. You oversimplified the wave function. That was your first mistake.
We actually need to... Oh. We've got to go there first anyway.
Do you really think he could actually do it?
I'm not quite following you.
It's a red shift, 3F06. Skip the body and the butterfly and go downstairs. So, in that last clip that I played on the recorder, or on the tape thing, it mentioned, and that's in the office, it mentioned that you can enter a code into this keypad, or a keypad by a terminal. This is the only terminal that has a keypad beside it. You can't touch the keypad because it is backwards. You can, however, turn it around. And this is the single hardest part of the game, quite frankly. It took me days. Well, 2 days. To figure out what I was doing wrong. When you get here, wait until you see the scanner. And then go through. And then just run like hell. Anyone who played the first game should remember this. Yay! If you
really think
miss
you could
one of
actually do
those,
it?
it'll either shift you back
What
to
does that
red,
even mean?
and you can restart
Who
it.
should be terminated this time?
We're listening in on one of their crappy meetings. It'll either shift you back to red and you can restart it, or if you hit it at the wrong time, it will show you the guy with the cube and the hazmat suit.
Do you really
At
think
that
you're
point,
smarter
you'd
than
want
everyone
to
else?
exit the sim, go shift back to
I am
red,
sorry,
and
that
come back
ship has
through
sailed.
36OF. Because when you see that guy, it will unshift you.
Do you really think you're smarter than everyone else?
We need new...
I don't know that I necessarily showed you guys where to code. Oh, okay. So the code is if you walk back by the door in the office in blue, it has one of the radios is still in your hand, and it goes 325-334. That code also always the same. After this point, though, there will be the opportunity to put in codes that are procedural, and that will be a later video for more advanced. This is to get people into just regular. And don't think this is white shift. This is not. This is, I believe they're calling it. And from now on, this little guy will always be turned this way. There is a picture that comes up in that. If you remember, there was a little hole in a place I showed you that there's a picture in that kitchen. That's all the advanced white stuff. We will probably be streaming that one on Sunday. If I were guessing. This will redshift us again. I don't know that I want to redshift right now. Because I haven't ever actually gone and done the Venera.
We need new subjects to make new mistakes.
Oh, that's pretty.
The signal delivered with it the technology we use to rebuild the past.
Yes, I just got the gamma. I've done this so many times, and I just got the gamma ending because I never went and
We
watched
thought we
it.
understood its applications. But what we built, it was just one poor design on top of another until this mess we're in now.
I'm gonna redo this without the subtitles
But
and
up there,
screenshot it so
above
I
all
can
that pressure and scorching heat,
use it as
the
computer
message was
background.
finally clear. It was showing us the past. And
Oh, hey, Blue Ranger's here!
now,
I've been trying not to, like, fangirl over you in the spoiler chat. Yeah. Alright, continue. And again, it will always kick you back. Now we're going to redshift exit.
What does that even mean?
What did they do it? Oh, okay. You know, having kids is not washed up. Where did my butterfly? There you are. Come back, little butterfly. I do wish this little guy, like, moved slower. All I've got to do is look at it. Just stick him in one spot. So again, I mentioned earlier, the time changes across the board when you enter blue shift. This is super duper helpful because it opens and closes doors. So to get to green shift, you've got to shift into blue, then come back. And I also mentioned earlier that the keypad stays turned around once you have turned it around. Also exceedingly helpful. Use it. I'm gonna, like, forget my own phone number, but still remember this. It's also, if it seems like I lag a little bit after you've run through the same sequence of events, like 20 times, it's very hard to remember what to do.
Relax. Just relax. Relax.
Green shift! Yay! Hey, Blue Ranger, were you ever able to do the laughing head thing? Like, were more than 2 people ever able to get that weird glitch?
Who should be terminated this time?
That's not how I would do it.
Okay, so here's the thing. It would have been a very cool VR release, but this is one of only a couple of games
What does that even mean?
that if I boot them up, I have to make sure that my Rift is actually completely removed from my computer because it triggers the Oculus software to start up. I have not plugged it in to see because I've been too busy playing.
I told him all. Everything is my responsibility. That person's fired. That person's fired. Even that person's fired.
This sounds like that one character in Eureka, the woman that, like, fired everybody to try and fix the issues. So that's how you get to all of the shifts. We've now gone through all of those endings.
More clearly?
White shift will be something that we cover in a couple of days because I want everybody that's watching this to have a chance to go and try that for yourself. There's plenty of information out there. Like I said, I will at least see if there's a Twitter link where I can retweet something on the Relay. As the person's not talking. As soon as I can, I'll get on and see if I can tweet out the Discord that has all of the... It's an unofficial fan-run Discord, but there's a no spoilers version.
Can we simulate the memory?
And then there is a definitely tons of spoilers version broken down into each shift, how to get into it, and then how to get white, which was accomplished this morning by a huge team of people.
That's not how I would do it.
One thing I really like about Asemblance is that it's what I call community horror. It requires everyone to work together. There's no possible way this could have been solved by one person. And it's really nice because that forces
the memory chamber inside the chamber.
a community that has adult discussions and doesn't just devolve into screeching over who's a bigger fan. We are going to see some. Just really quickly, we're going to go into the office. I want to see if we can get a glitch that someone got while they were streaming, and it's completely bonkers. There's been a patch since then, so they might have realized it and fixed it. They really want to see if we can.
Can we simulate the memory chamber inside the chamber? Would the user be able to find their way out?
So while there's not a special ending, you get the red ending if you do this and then go to Venera. But you can come in here. Don't touch the keypad, leave alone. And go through the recursive thing again. Okay, that's not the way to do it. That's the guy I was talking about that you get if you do it wrong. And it kicks you all the way back to no shift.
Who should be terminated this time?
Death Stranding is... I'm not sure how I feel about that one at this point. I was super excited when they first started talking about it, and the longer it's gone on, the weirder it's gotten, and we still have
new subjects to
no clue even what genre
You
it is.
oversimplified the wave function. That was your first mistake.
It's possible you have a good point, but maybe not.
I think the one I'm waiting on right now is Days Gone. As much as I'm tired of like playing the same 4 games, and this one's just like The Last of Us until The Last of Us comes back out. Damn it.
Who should be terminated this time?
Apparently me. My timing's not great.
This cannot continue.
I can't believe this is what passes for acceptable.
And before the people who love to jump on videos and go, I wouldn't have made that mistake. I encourage you all to please purchase and download Asemblance because it is a wonderful game and I would like a part 3. The more people pay for it, the more we are going to get that part 3. But also, get in here and try to do it yourself because there seem to have been a couple of times where people have been like, well, I would do it. Well, then do it. It's not actually prohibitively expensive. Nope, 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 nope. I will give you this, if you are visually impaired and you are trying to get through this spot, if you listen, and I'm going to go through it one more time so that you can actually hear that, it's like every third one of those. But you can jump through there and then exit the simulation and get this grayscale.
Can we simulate the memory chamber?
Inside the chamber.
Everything else acts just like it is in red.
We need new subjects to make new mistakes.
The exception of this for one guy one time. And one other person was able to get it to work. They seem to have patched it. Damn. So when this other person came in, the birds, instead of flying off, the edge markers, the grid patterns stayed. The birds got stuck. And then the birds just, like, disappeared and this big laughing head showed up. And it was fantastic. And quite frankly, I think they should go back in and code it in as just what happens if you do this, because this is not a thing you're actually supposed to do. Oh well. It would have been fun.
Do you really think you could actually do it?
I'm not quite following you.
You may or may not have a good point.
And then somebody on the Discord was asking earlier what happens if you go to Vanera in this. It is exactly the same as Red. But we'll do it.
It started with a signal and a race to learn its message. In stories like these, everybody wants to be the hero. But no one knows what that really means. Only one planet away, they said. But I see it now. She was right. Everything is clear.
Oh, right. Listen.
The past, the present, our future. We know it has to be done. Preparing the termination protocol. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that one is different. I have done this so many times I can't remember what I'm doing. So there you go. Now anyone who doesn't want to have to deal with that mess can just go watch it. I mean, you've got to deal with that mess anyway.
In the spreadsheet. Again?
If I only had
A team that could deliver on my vision.
So that is, as far as we're going today, it's the basic walkthrough of how to get to the part where you can kind of run around and go figure things out. Once you start hearing
business is people.
These quotes that are just kind
There's
of
only so much more of this I can take.
jumbled overhearing of a meeting, you're in free roam. You can run around to all the different installations, well, all the different memories, and look around. There is a lot more to this game, but we are not covering that
Do you
right
really
now.
think you could actually do it?
If you've enjoyed what you've seen,
Good luck with that.
buy it, go play. It's a really, really good game. I know Asemblance gets a lot of shit about the fact that it requires too much input, and the puzzles are obtuse, and nobody wants to play a walking simulator. And if that's how you feel, this might not be the game for you. Call of Duty definitely exists in like 82 forms. Go buy that. For people who really want to like sit down and pick apart their own brain and puzzle through something, this is a great game. You're not really going to get a better puzzle game right now.
The wave function. That was your first mistake.
If I only had a team that could deliver on my vision.
That's not.
Oh my god, guys, shut up. Okay. Anyway, that's going to be all for today. I'm planning either Sunday or Monday to go through White Shift, but I'm going to give it a few days so that the people... I'm certainly not going to do it today when everybody that's worked together to get it done
This is not a success. I demand.
still hasn't necessarily even woken up and seen the end result of all that work. Or people who want a psychological meltdown. Yes, it's a great game if you just want to completely... Especially when Part 3 does manage to come out in like a year.
Would the user be able to find their way out?
Join in for the first week of playing, like the first 3 or 4 days. Hop on it immediately because you will be like, it's pixel hunting. There are a ton of people trying to figure things out, and everybody's like, what about this one ripped corner on this photo? Does it mean anything? Because you never know, it might. That's a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, and
I would apologize.
come back Sunday or Monday. I will announce ahead of time on our Twitter.
Perhaps we should
Adjust the
That
numbers
way
in the
people know.
spreadsheet.
In the meantime, go play. It is super, super fun, and you're not going to be able to run through it this fast if you are playing for the first time. So there's going to be a lot more to it. Read everything. Go read the messages. Go read all of the computers. Listen to everything that they've got on there. Look around. There's a lot of lore in here that we didn't go into because this is just a walkthrough. You're missing a lot of the story. There's tons of it there, and we haven't actually really spoiled anything until you get to White Shift, because you have no idea what's going on yet. Anyway, have a good... it's not nighttime. Have a good day, everybody. And I will be throwing this up on YouTube. Feel free to leave comments there. Share it. Check us out on
New subjects to make new
Facebook,
mistakes.
Twitter,
I
Instagram,
can't believe this is what
Twitch,
passes for
obviously.
acceptable.
YouTube. We're kind of if the social media rely on horrors there. Also, check out the website, and if you feel so led, back us for as little as $1 for Patreon, and get the website in an ad-free version, along with a bunch of other goodies that
There
are listed
valid
on the
reasons
site.
to keep this from the rest of
Bye,
us.
guys.